For TraderInsight.com, I'm Adrian Manns, and it's time for your daily dose of the doctor. Let's take a look at some of these opening gap trades. This morning, we had ADSK, AMCX, and TSN show up on our radar. We see that they pop to the top of our sort list here in the room. This is the first hour trading pit, of course. Many of you, most of you are probably in that room with us each morning hearing these calls live as they happen. But if you're not, here's what we're looking at. We see here 9:34 a.m. ADSK, AMCX, and TSN. And if we go to the chart of the trades that we actually called at the 9:35 mark, we see here that ADSK gave us a potential entry just below 52.78, another potential entry just below 52.56 at the low of that first bar or the close of the first bar, and that the profit objective on this one was also very easy to set, as we could use these fib lines and come up with a 52.26 first target on the trade. That is where ADSK wound up settling out. It did bump lower first all the way down to 51.76. So if you caught this move and you had a trailing stop set in Realtick, you were good to go. You wound up all the way down here and then getting stopped out on a reversal of two closes right here at the 52.08 mark. If not, you got closed out at 52.26, and that ain't bad either. The other one that came up right on cue, AMCX. This was a good example, AMC Networks, of a pivot-to-pivot target. We had an entry right below the low of that first bar of trading, $85.55, with a target down at the 84.94 pivot. It did hammer around between those two pivots. Not saying it didn't. It was not the easiest trade in the world, especially if you didn't have that stop just resting a few pennies above 84.94, so you had to rest it right around $85 a share. If you didn't, you still wind up with your target. And lo and behold, look what happened. It wound up going all the way down to the central pivot. That's no big deal. What we're looking to do is capture the profit that we planned for, not the profit that we coulda, woulda, shoulda had. I have been working under the assumption that most of you are following these opening gaps because you've been around my stuff for a while. I've found out that, in fact, a lot of you have questions about how to find the opening gaps and what it is that generates the criteria for the gaps that we're looking at. I've put together a short course, 25 minutes. It's regularly about $50. Trader Insight is selling it right now for $10, just to get everybody on the same page when we're talking about these gaps. $10 for about a half hour worth of material. That is a great deal, and you are going to walk away from it understanding what it is that I'm talking about in these videos every day. It's definitely priced right. We want to get as many people in front of it to answer as many of these questions as can possibly be answered in one lesson. I think it's going to take a lot of the ambiguity out of this for a lot of you. It's based on 17 years of looking at this stuff each and every day. Spend the $10, and when you're finished with the course, you'll know exactly what it is that I'm talking about when I explain these trades in these videos. So if you have any questions, shoot me an email, adrian@traderinsight.com. I hope you're having a great trading day today and an even better one on deck for Tuesday. This is the best trader education anywhere, only from TraderInsight.com.